What's up guys, Chadley here, back with another Borderlands 3 video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my top 5 weapons to have right now in the game. Now real quick before we get into the video, I just want to announce that I do have a new stream schedule. I've been actually following it all this week, and I will be starting it again next week Thursday with the new DLC, because I will be out of town this weekend. But I just want to say I am streaming Monday through Friday every evening on Twitch. It's usually around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes I'm a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. So make sure to just go ahead and follow and turn on the notification bell. Also, on those streams, at least once a week, I want to start playing more with you guys, going through the Takedown or the new DLC when that comes out. So make sure to add me on Epic. My username is Chadley_99. I will be accepting all of you, so make sure to go ahead and add me. Now, a quick note, almost all the gameplay you'll be seeing in today's video is recorded after today's December 12th patch. Also, this list is my opinion. If you guys have other weapons that you guys really enjoy using, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's just jump right into number 5. Coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the Dictator. This has been one of my favorite weapons for a long time now. It's a solid choice for basically anybody, and it is really good against badass enemies as well as bosses. Now to get the Dictator, you guys can farm the Agonizer, or if you're on PC and are doing like save replaces, you can farm Terror in Carnivora. The save replace is definitely the fastest way, so I'm sorry console guys, but definitely just farm the Agonizer and you guys will definitely get it. Now in my opinion, Flak excels the best with this, especially when using a fadeaway build, and the anointments on this weapon really send it over the top. If you guys still have Terror anointments like increased damage and fire rate while having Terror, if you have that on the Dictator, this thing will shred, especially in the Takedown. It also comes in a ton of different elements, so you can use it basically anywhere against anyone. So overall, this gun is really good, and that's why it's coming in at our number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have the Brainstormer. This weapon is a really good crowd control weapon, as well as for stripping shields of huge hordes. Now personally, I use this on almost every character when I'm doing the Takedown. It's really good with just the sheer amount of enemies. You can get the Brainstormer from farming Katagawa Ball in Skywell 27. If you guys combine the Brainstormer with bonus elemental damage on action skill N, you guys can do some actual crazy damage, and you guys can just fly through mobbing with it. This is why it definitely works best with Flak and Amara, but I use it on my Zane for freezing groups of enemies, and Moes can definitely take advantage of this weapon as well. But moving on to our number 3 spot, we have the Maggie. Now I'm a little bit biased because this is one of my favorite weapons in all of Borderlands, but I'm not lying when I say this is really strong with any character in the game. That's actually why I have it above the Brainstormer. You guys can get the Maggie from Tremendous Rex at the end of the Cistern of Slaughter. Now if you guys were discouraged from farming some of these like rare enemies or enemies at the end of these slaughters, in today's patch they actually increased the drop rates of rare spawn enemies and enemies like at the end of Cistern of Slaughter and stuff like that. So right now is a really good time to start farming the Maggie. It is an absolute staple in my Zane and Flak builds. It is the main weapon I actually use with Zane. I use it probably 80% of the time, if not more than that. It is insane for mobbing, and for destroying some bosses, it works incredibly well. One of the strongest places you'll see this thing used is in the Takedown against heavies. If you guys shoot the backpacks on heavies, you can kill majority of them in less than a clip, especially if you have some really good anointments. Now moving on to our number 2 spot, we have the Cutsman. Hands down, this is one of the best single target DPS weapons in the entire game for anyone. To get this weapon, you guys can farm Borman Nates in the Meridian Outskirts. He is a rare spawn, but like I said earlier, rare spawn enemies now have a greater chance of dropping their loot. The Cutsman is one of the strongest guns in the game at bossing, especially if you guys have some good anointments that pair really well with your builds. Then if you guys combine it with action skill End, you get bonus elemental damage. You can actually start using this really well for mobbing, because you can have it strip shields, deal increased damage to flesh as well as armor if you get all the different elements on there. And you guys can just destroy anyone. I carry this weapon in the inventory of all my characters because I never know when I'll actually need it, and I basically always have a corrosive one on for the takedown. Now finally, we have arrived at our number 1 spot, which I'm sure most of you have probably guessed. We have the wood blocker. Now obviously I'm just kidding, the wood blocker sucks, but without a doubt the best weapon in the game right now, even after today's patch, is the Recursion. Now this is mainly an Amara weapon, but I'm not kidding, all other characters can make pretty good use out of it, especially when paired with the correct anointments and builds. Another character I really like using this on is Flak, because with the action skill end, elemental damage, and Megavore, you can destroy mobs and even kill Wotan almost as fast as Amara can. Now just a reminder, all the gameplay you have been seeing is recorded after today's patch. So the Recursion no longer pairs really well with Amara's Ricochet ability. Even using Amara with that ability spec'd, there is almost no difference. You are going to insta-kill a lot of mobs. It is insane still, so don't start freaking out and saying Gearbox is no fun with nerfs. I promise you there's basically no difference in the weapon. So overall, the Recursion, at least in my books, is the strongest gun in Borderlands 3 at the current moment in time. But that's going to wrap it up for today's top 5. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it to let me know. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more Borderlands content. If you guys have other weapons that you really like using, make sure to leave it in the comments down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to go down into the description and go ahead and click the link over to my Twitch and go ahead and follow me on there. I'll be live every Monday through Friday in the evenings around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.